Hello everyone, I am Kishore. This video is a part of series of videos on assembly of RC car in Fusion 360. The model is taken from OpenRC, a open source community for 3D printed RC cars. This series will take you through my workflow of assembly and some tips and workarounds which I faced. I hope this series can be useful for someone who needs. Okay, let's jump into it. So OpenRC is an open source community for 3D printed parts. So the first thing we have to do is to download the model, and I have just posted the links in the description below. So go there and download it. So after unzipping it, you will get these files. So there will be a lot of files, lot of individual files of this. This is the file. This is a complete assembly file. OpenRC drag assembly.htp. I can just sort it by the file size. This is the and after we have to just upload it into your Fusion 360. So after uploading it, you have to just open it. So you will be coming with this screen, and the first thing you have to do is to align this model. So before doing that, I can just switch on the color toggle. So yeah, as you can see, many imported models are not aligned to the correct view. So we can change the view as per our need. So if you take a look here, actually this is a front view, but here it is showing as an inverted right, somewhat a different configuration. So if you need to change the configuration, you need to set the view and front view, and you should go here and set current view as front. Then Fusion will automatically updates this view as a front view, and then this will be our home view. So set current view as a home. There are two options: fit to view and fixed distance. Fixed distance will make the home position as exact as on the screen, and fit to view makes the model scale down or zoom in, not scale down. It will zoom in or zoom out to fit the model to a whole screen. So let me just show you the difference. If I select this option, fixed distance, and when I select the home, there will be no change. But if I just select fit to view, and when I press home, it will be zoom in or zoom out depending on the model to fit the model onto the screen. So I just need to have a closer view, so I just select fixed distance. Okay, and when I click here, there will be no change. Let's see. Okay, yeah, perfect. And so this is an RC car. Actually this RC car is whole 3D printed with very minimum mechanical optional parts. Those include nuts, all those nuts, and some springs, and drive shafts to connect the rods. Many of the parts are 3D printed, and some. Okay, I will just hide these components to have a better view. So if you can see, actually just I'm rolling down. So as you can see, all the parts are based on are held upon this chassis plate. This is a chassis plate, so let me isolate it. So, this is a chassis plate. It acts as a base for all the components, and and then there is a front assembly. Here, this is the front assembly. This is the rear assembly and central differential assembly. This assembly provides the power to both the front assembly and the rear assembly through the drive shafts. So another there is another important other sub assembly. This is the servo assembly. Basically this assembly is for the steering. So this is this is the battery, and so these are the main components of an RC car. The front this is the front assembly, rear assembly, and a central differential assembly to power these two assemblies, and then servo assembly to for the steering purpose. And a quick note and a tip: if you want an important model to move, you can't just move them. As you can see, if I want to move this battery, I just can't move. It is been selected. So to move an imported model, the first thing you have to do is to turn on the capture design history. So it will just calculate all those extrusions based on the previous calculations. So it is converting. So why we need this? Why we need to activate this option is to make movements and to capture the design history. So if you want to move the components, you have to enable the design history option. So let me show you the difference. Okay, done. So previously when I want to move this tire, I can't able to move this tire, but actually now you can move move any component. So this is it. So this is the difference. So whenever I want to edit the movement of the imported model, you just need to you just need to enable the design history. So basically this is the first thing you have to do after aligning the model. You have to just enable the design history to make it as an parametric model. So all the further model changes will be updated. Okay. So basically, yeah. Okay. And that's it. And in the upcoming video, we will just first take on the steering assembly and assign all steering assembly and assign all the joints between the servo arms and the servo links and to the tire, and then we just assemble the front and the rear, and then we just assemble the central differential assembly, and then connect this rear and front to the central differential assembly, all using these patch panel joint. Basically the main tool we are going to use is as-built joint, because all the components are in place. So Only thing we have to do is to keep the suitable joint between those parts. Yes. And that's it. Thank you for listening. Yeah.